Internet, what's up? This is Rod from TechGuysSmartBuy.com, and better late than never, it's time to talk about Google's Pixel 4a. Is it the best value on a smartphone that you can buy right now? Yes. Let's talk about exactly why. So Google gave the Pixel 4a a polycarbonate body, pretty much plastic, but not just because you think it's a budget phone. Don't think cheap plastic. Think more of, for those of you who remember what the Nokia Lumias were doing as far as that kind of plastic. It doesn't feel cheap. It feels well built. You have a 3.5mm headphone jack, a good pair of stereo speakers, and the fingerprint reader on the rear. It's back. It's fast. You're able to, swipe, pull down your notification shade with it. That is back as well. You have a 5.8-inch OLED panel. It's definitely not top of the line OLED, but it's definitely a really good panel. And I'm not saying good for the price, just a good panel. It gets decently bright, good color reproduction, good detail, good viewing angles, and HDR support. They cut out all options for the 4a. So it's just one phone, one size, one color, and that's it. So just black, name of the color, and a 128 gig of storage, which is amazing. And just because it's a plastic build doesn't mean you shouldn't have a case or something for it. So what we have is the latest from Catalyst. This is their impact protection case. It's good enough for a 9-foot drop, polymetric grip, and something I haven't seen in many phone cases, a SIM tool holder inside of the actual case. So on the inside, you can just put it in case you need to swap in and out. And it's only 40 bucks, so that's always great too. We'll have a link in the description below for those of you interested. You can check that out or check out everything else that Catalyst has to offer. Now, let's get back to the rest of the review. Powering everything is Snapdragon 730G processor coupled with 6 gigs of RAM, which does pretty well. The processor RAM combination is good enough to handle everyday tasks, multitasking, streaming, pretty much everything you can do, and of course the Call of Duty mobile test, which it handles just fine. It is worth noting that you don't have the separate pixel image processor that you have on flagship Pixels. So it does take a second or two to process a photo, but we'll get to photos in a moment. Now, hearing that it has only a 3,140 milliamp battery might sound a little bit depressing. Google describes it as an all-day battery life, and it lives up to it. And I was able to get around 12 to 14 hours on a single charge, which is pretty good. And that's like heavy usage. Now, what everybody wants to know, cameras. So you have one single 12.2 megapixel camera. Of course, with the price, you're still getting the same power of the Pixel in regards to the camera. You get lifelike colors, great sharpness, amazing details, great dynamic range. That just comes across effortlessly in almost every single shot. Of course, the beautiful night sight with the astrophotography, all from the Pixel 4 on this guy. Okay. So video's nothing wrong with it, it's just not as great as the photo side. Since we're talking Pixel, so on top of having the latest version of Android first, you get everything from the faster Google Assistant, live caption, but on here, they add live caption support for phone calls. You got the new Recorder app, and with the 4a, they've added support to work with Google Assistant and for Google Docs, which is cool. Google's call screening app to fend off robocalls and spam. Now, however, you don't have the Active Edge to squeeze to pull up Google Assistant. That's something that I'm not sure people would miss. And then last but not least, you have Now Playing for music lovers all around. It's a great feature. So I think Google gives you about 90% of what you would need in a smartphone for 350 bucks. Amazing software, amazing camera for photos, not videos, okay for videos. And yeah, you can't beat all that for this price. Now, just the interesting thing is that you have the Pixel 4a 5G and the Pixel 5, which will be both coming in the fall. So I'm pretty sure those are going to be a lot more, definitely more expensive. I think they mentioned the Pixel 4a 5G would be about 500 bucks. So it's kind of safe to assume the Pixel 5 would be like 6 or 7. So the question is, do you just pick this guy up or do you wait and see? If you don't have a lot of money to spend right now, especially with everything going on, this is definitely a great buy to pick up. Let us know what feature you're most excited and looking forward to. Talk about it in the comments below. Thanks for watching. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us. We appreciate you for doing so, and see you in the next video. Peace.